Hello, hello, hello. Let me change this. Oh boy. I don't even know how I got there. How do people. How do I get that off? Full screen, just me. Okay, I think I got it off. Alrighty. Hello, everybody. I was mixing up my color palette, my custom color palette for my winter mandala that I haven't finished yet. So, hello, hello, hello. Waiting on my laptop, of course, to figure out what it wants to do. And there we go. So yeah, I just mixed up this custom color palette. So excited to work on that. Hello, Judy. So I did go through my archives. I say my archives. And I pulled out a few rounds that I had done before. And these are 6.5s. So they're a little bigger than what we're working with. But I wanted to kind of put things in perspective from what we've been doing. Like this is for the live. And I have progressed to a rather large design just so that it's a little easier to follow. It reminds me of like a carnival or something. But I just wanted to show you, oh my goodness, that you can do, hey Mason, how are you? You can do whatever you absolutely want. And here's in like a blue, so this is one of my newer ones. You know how I know that? Because look at these swooshes. But then this one is similar to what we're doing now. So the larger dot with the swooshes. So I think I'm going to do this pattern tonight. So I'm going to do every other. So we have this one to work with. This is the one we're going to work with. So I think I'm going to do every other. And then we'll do a swoosh pattern in between. Normally we do every one, but we're going to skip and do some swooshes. Hi, Cece. Mason, I am so good. Right now I'm technically on I don't want to use the word vacation, but no, I did not. Hold on. Can I look at that while I'm live? Hang on, let me go look. Hang on. There you are. Oh wait, here. Look at those cells. That is awesome. But that's not a necklace. What did I miss? Here's dot art. That was a week ago. No, that's the same thing. But I do see your recent dot art. If you guys do not follow each other, please do. Everybody has a little bit of something too, but I'm not seeing the poor Mason. Oh, you did? Oh, now I gotta look. Hold on a minute, everybody. Let me go look real quick. Hmm. Why didn't I see them? I'll look. I don't know how to look while we're live. Oh, I'll have to look. Usually I get messages. Okay, yeah. Hang on, everybody. Let me look at this real quick. There's a way to pause. How do I pause? No. Nope. Cancel. How do I pause? Pause live. All right, I'll be right back. I don't know how to look when I'm live. I just tried again. I don't know how to do it while I'm live. You gain up to 400 more views. There's 6 people here. I'll have to look when I get off. I don't know why I didn't see that earlier. Yes, I will. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know how to look when I'm live. I tried to pause it and all that, and I don't know. You know, I'm technically challenged with this. But anyways, I spent a little time mixing up my color palette to finish my winter mandala, so I'm excited about that too. You know, I don't normally have to share out the live, but I think I'm going to share it out here a little bit. Normally, like I said, we have quite a few friends here, but let's just share it out and see what's happening. Oh. So anyways, so we planned on finishing up the purple round with the purple palette, which is, let me find it. Purple Iris. So it was this one. Thank you for sharing the live, Marsha. I appreciate you. Yes, I appreciate you guys. So, at the gentle prodding of a few people, I decided that I would start painting on my skulls again. But not right now. Obviously, we have a live, but I have missed doing this. So apparently, Marsha, your message may be getting filtered. Girl, I don't know. I know that, you know, some artists are animal. I don't want to use any derogatory term, but we're all animal lovers. Even though I hunt and all of that, I am a very, like, I love animals. I saved a baby rabbit the other day. I lost 2 chickens. I don't know when. They're gone. I am an animal lover. Hello, Squatch Topic. So I recognize, though, that that is a sensitive area for people. So I'm testing the waters right now with this platform because I really don't know how it's going to go. And you know what, Marcia? It's all dots, you know? So if you guys were able to tune into or able to see, this is one of the things. Now, if you're familiar with beavers at all, you know that they are and can be very destructive and really ruin an ecosystem. So a couple years ago, I have a friend that traps nuisance beavers, and I acquired these, and I just fiddled around and did this paisley type dot art on it. It's just kind of fun. But anyways, so I digress. So anyways, our goal tonight is to finish this. Our friend that is normally here for this live on Thursday, as I mentioned to you guys, she had a friend that, a good friend of the family that passed away on July 3rd. So I told her not to worry. I would go ahead and paint as planned. And that, oh my God, excuse me. And that I would upload it. So, anyways, that's where we're at. Thank you for liking the live. Wait, what did you say? I don't know. I don't know, Marcia, but it's hilarious. You gotta love autocorrect. So, I don't know where that's going. That was really random. My platform just turned. Thank you, Squatch. I appreciate that. So, welcome everybody. If you're new here, say hi in the chat. So, like I said, what we're going to do is, okay, let me introduce myself. Hello, I'm Victoria. I am a registered nurse and a nurse practitioner student who decided to start painting mandala live. It is something I normally do in between semesters, but when I'm in school, I let it slide and I miss it the entire time. Because normally I work on pretty big projects, you know, like this one. This is, I think we measured it, it's like an 18-inch round. So I started it in the winter, and you can see it is unfinished, which is why I mixed the custom palette tonight, because I want to finish that. So, oh my God. Thank you for the follow, Lindy Blue. Hey there, Steve, how are you? I appreciate you just swinging in and dropping a comment. That's huge for the live, so I appreciate that. But yeah, this is a really fun community. It is definitely, we come from everywhere and kind of nowhere. Hi, Joanne's Coloring. I appreciate you liking the live. But anyways, so yeah, I'm excited to get back to painting skulls and kind of doing my thing. I've been in school for so many semesters now that I'm ready to do my own thing. Hi, Trident. How are you? Thank you for the rose. I appreciate you. I think I was in your live today, but I was supposed to be studying. So I was in and out. I have been, it's been really hard for me to get into, thank you for the heart me, back into studying. I'm done. I have one more semester after this, and I literally am tapped out. So if you're new here, yes, I'm a nurse practitioner student. Anyways, all right. So if you're new here and new to dot art, feel free to drop any comment in there, ask any questions. If I don't answer right away, somebody will probably drop in. I'm actually going to mix these up a little bit before we get started because they've kind of probably settled a little bit. So, yeah, it is good to have a break. You are right. So I actually had to finish my clinical semester early. That was the only reason I got in to my clinical location, is I promised to get in and get out. So, but I still have, let's see, we're week 8, so I still have 2 more tests. So I have a test that starts this weekend. I'm in pediatrics. I have done neonatal ICU and pediatric, special needs for 25 years. So even though I don't want to sound cocky, I've done peds, so a lot of what we're going over kind of makes sense. But it's really hard to get in that study mode. Thank you for the heart, me, Joanne. I appreciate you. Hi, Ashley. How are you? Wait a minute. Ashley, you're actually not painting? Girl, I wish I could be live as much as you can. I mean, I guess when I'm not in school, I could be. I got so many things going on. You know, this is a custom palette that someone in the community had asked for. You know what, Swatch? I have never, ever, ever watched a Grey's Anatomy episode. Ever. Do I know some of the character references? I do. Like, yes. And unfortunately, she will not be here because I guess July 3rd, they lost a dear friend in some sort of accident. So we're just going to paint and then I'm going to upload it and she'll catch up from there. But yeah, I only know like Dr. Dreamy only because of like he recently passed and all of that, but I've never watched Grey's. So that's another show. I don't know anything about The Pit. I mean, I'm not an ER nurse. I'm a neonatal ICU nurse. So I wonder if that has anything to do with it. But anyways, welcome. This is an interesting group of people. We come from all over. All right. So we will do, let me look at these colors again, because one thing I noticed is those two kind of blend. I think I'm going to add a little bit of, it's a little late to do it, but we're going to start with this color. Normally I might add, okay, I got to raise you guys up. You're too close. Sorry. All right, remember, I got to look for my puzzle piece. Ashley, does that happen to you where you have to find, you have to pay attention to your puzzle piece? That's so annoying. Thank you for the heart, me. I set it up so that I thought I wouldn't have to worry about that. All right, so if you're new here, we're going to use these guide marks, and I'm going to do every other. And then I'm going to kind of go up a little bit so that when I do my swooshes, will have room, but every other oh, the puzzle piece thing is annoying. So last night I was live, and because I have it above me and I have a privacy screen on my phone, I didn't see it, and then I got logged out. Or it ended, whatever you want to call it, because I didn't do it in time. So just, if you're new here, this is really a live for truly beginners, where you have questions about how to start, what tools to use, what paints to use, where the guide marks come from, like all of those things. I don't know. But anyways, I did lose a couple of chickens, and I don't know when I lost them, so I'm a little on high alert. Thank you for liking the live. I appreciate that too. Hi, Kay. How are you? Welcome in. Okay, so now we're going to do swooshes. If you're new here, you know how much I love to do swooshes. Hang on a minute. Let me peek out back real quick. I don't know what that noise is. Uh-oh, hang on. Hang on a minute. Are you guys good? What's happening? I don't know what's happening out there, but like I said, I'm on high alert right now because of losing the two birds to where I have no idea. Okay, I am here. Okay, so if you're new here, you know how much I love swooshes. And I need to get some metallic purple. So let's do that too. So the main color here is the purple iris. Okay. Thank you for sharing the live too, Ashley. I appreciate you. So it's purple iris, and then I used, oh my goodness, I think it was sand gray. Does that sound right, everybody? Hang on a minute. Let me look. I feel like it's been a little while. Yes, we used sand gray. So we use sand gray, which is this. All right, let me. Slate gray? I have sand gray. Am I wrong? Hang on a minute. I don't know that I have slate gray. I have sand gray, but maybe that is darker. Let me look. Oh, maybe. You're right. Slate gray. That might be slate. Oh, it is sand gray? I do have slate gray. I think it's sand gray. That's all right, Judy. You're good. All right. So if you're new here, most of what I show, I try not to use the word teach because I am absolutely unable to be here consistently to be your teacher. I show anybody that's here how to do basic, even though some of them look more advanced, basic design elements for mandala.art. Okay, so going forward, I am going to, okay. So if you're new here, let me see. Who do we have? We have 21 people here. If you're new here, thank you for sharing the live too, Squatch. I appreciate you. If you're new here, let me know because I want to make sure I touch the basics. So if you're new here, one of the things we use is dotting tools. These are the most frequently used tools. You are new. Frequently used tools in dot art. Okay, they are frequently called nail art tools. But one side, every dot or every point is the same size, and then on the other side, they range from tiny to larger. But we use these very frequently. In addition to these, you may see artists use acrylic rods. Okay, these are acrylic rods. And when I made this dot here, I used this purple rod. Okay. So I have kind of forgotten that sometimes it was the purple rod and I used one, but I don't think you mixed this color. So it would be, this is a primary and then whatever you mixed secondary, this one, not this one. This one's got too much black in it. Hi, thank you for sharing the live, Simply Me. I appreciate you. Okay, so yeah, this one. So I think what I want to do, and I don't remember what color this was here. Does anybody remember what this was? Because I sure don't. I have this random color here. Oh, wait. Let's see. I know what it was. It was lavender. Got it. Okay. I'm actually going to use the lavender. Yep. Look at you, Judy. You are, I think you take phenomenal notes, Judy. Okay. So I think for the sake of this live, I'm going to use, let me see, because I would like to do 1, 2, 3. I'm going to use the large end of the white tool. She's on it, man. She is on it. So we're going to dot right above the dot, and then we're going to take and we're going to do a swoosh, you know, my favorite of all things, and push it around. Oh, and the other thing I forgot to mention, I did go in my back room there and pull out my Lazy Susan with my mat, which I hadn't been using. If you don't need it, but it is kind of nice to have it. You can't use it really for bigger projects, but for smaller ones, it's really kind of nice. Hi, Donna. How are you? Welcome in. If you're new here, say hi in the chat. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. We have quickly progressed into a community of individuals that have learned the beginner skills. So If I miss telling you anything, please ask. That one didn't come out quite right. So let me fix that. There we go. What did I say? Oh my God. That would be convenient. Hi, Kara. How are you? So, uh-oh. I think it's thunder that I keep hearing, people. Is everybody having okay weather? I feel like some people have had some serious flooding, and like I mentioned, somebody I follow is out in Utah, and they have that fire burning out there a little bit well, it's not controlled. Her last post said it was not under control. And I know she has a little baby, so thinking about her. But is anybody else experiencing any crappy summer weather? Somebody I know actually didn't have power for several days, so that kind of luck. You're feeding your Sasquatch friends. What does that mean? Do you have like a community? Do you feed what does that mean? Because I'm all about helping the community. So if it's helping the community, that's fantastic. Or are you just having a bunch of friends over and you're going to get fed? No thunder. Okay. Well, that's nice. Yeah, I don't know what, it's either that or somebody's just driving by and their vehicle's very noisy. I mean, I live in the middle of nowhere, so the fact that I heard that twice was kind of making me think it's thunder. So if you're doing swooshes, remember that don't push too hard on the wood. You're pushing it around, but not you don't want to dig into the wood. You're feeding Sasquatches. Come on. Now, remind me, you're in Middle Pennsylvania? I feel like I remember. Yeah, Middle. Okay. Yep, lots. It's funny, Judy, that you said that, because I think that's the other thing is that, and you have to move slow. You can't try and push that paint fast around. You have to go slow and just be patient and let that paint come off your tool, push it around. And again, a lot of it will become muscle memory, so that when you get around, you'll know to like start picking up halfway around. Like that. You just need, well, don't 20 minutes, east of Pittsburgh. Okay. Yep. So yeah. Yeah, don't top coat it right away. Let it, well, I don't know. I don't know about those paints. Hi, Vicki. How are you? Welcome, everybody. Yeah, I don't know. So what do you top coat yours with when you use that watercolor paint? Trying to think of what you call it. I want to call it gouache or gauche. Top tomorrow. Well, I'm glad you stuck with it. Thank you. We have a lot of fun. Like I said, this is my therapy. So, I mean, I do a lot of things. And, well, you know where we met this morning. I love taxidermy and all that stuff too. So I do a little bit of everything, but this is the one thing that I can do any season. So I can paint anytime. It's probably the one hobby that I've stuck with and like took classes and lessons and all that stuff. Hi Tiffany, hello. Let me did I share out the live? I feel like I did. Let's share it out again. Oh wait, Steve is already here, Marsha's here. Sasquatch is here, but you know what? Everybody's getting a follow. Mason's here. Let's see, Judy, Gigi. Yeah, if you guys could share out the live, like the live, roll the comments. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Pronounced go wash. See, it looks like gouache. Go wash. Go wash. Not gouache. Looks like gouache to me. Okay. If you're new here, ask any questions that you need to ask, okay? I don't want you to be intimidated by what you see on the screen. So, you know, make sure you ask questions. I am live every Sunday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time till about 10-ish. Depends. We are finishing up a 6-inch round that we started the other day. Oh gosh, when did we start that? The other Thursday. Sometimes we paint these stones. These are creek stones I pick up when I go fishing. And this is definitely simple dot art. I say simple, but there is a technique to getting your dots like this. So the community's kind of grown in their skills and what they want to see. So we've progressed a little bit past the stones into working on the 6-inch rounds. And with that being said, it takes us a couple of lives to finish them up. So, okay, we will go on. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and I actually think I'm going to do the primary purple, that, what is it? Purple iris. But I want to see, I'm still using the same size tool, the large end of the white. It's a test. Because I want to see. Okay, I want to see if this will work. So just going around. Okay. Remember that purple tends to dry almost translucent. Thank you for the follow, Drummer. Appreciate that. My goal, though, is to be able to do a third petal part up here, probably with the metallic. And then once I do that, we'll do some the swoosh flower pattern in here. So just coming up a little bit. Thank you for the follow, Colleen. Why does my left side... You know what? Drummer 47 is my good friend. He's a good guy. All right. Well, thank you. Add white and it will be... I know, but I didn't want it to go pastel. Because, Marcia, I know how much you love pastel. So, why does your left side always look different? Because of your dexterity. Your muscle memory will follow. So, remember what I told you. If you're having a hard time with your left and the right, turn it all the way around. And this was a recommendation from someone who popped in weeks ago. And do, instead of pushing, pull. And see if you can't get a more consistent pattern shape. It is real. It's pouring here. No, I was definitely thunder I was hearing. So yes, Judy, if you're, or anybody who's painting along, if you find that when you're pushing the paint, you end up lopsided, try that technique where you're pulling instead of pushing. Now that particular drop actually ended up on the last row, but it's okay. We're live. Stuff happens. Wow, it is pouring. I hear. Well, so listen, Swatch. My AC just kicked on too. It's probably the AC. It's ridiculous how loud our AC is. I need like a filtering system for our AC unit. But it's a combo between the rain and, I mean, it's pouring. Pouring. Pouring on a tin roof. So it's extra loud. Wait, what did Judy? Okay, good. So Judy, then, you know, like I said, just get your, you'll end up with muscle memory. And then it'll work. I'm glad you tried it. So, Drummer 47, are you like in a band? I mean, I don't know. Drummer 47 sounds like you should be. Had quite a few friends that were musicians. One was a drummer. High school, was in band and, you know, played the drums, but also was in a, I don't know, local band. Played the drums. Oh, he does rock. All right. Sounds good to me. I like that. I love that sound, not a drop here. Oh, and we are dry. The only problem with it raining is that we need to dig up our water tank is in the ground. And apparently that is not normal. And it's been so dry here. There was, the hole started to get dug, but I guarantee you it is full of water right now. which is not what anybody wanted. Because then, you know, the ground gets eroded and it's just a big old mess. But I wasn't in charge of that project, so not my dealio. Multiple bands, guitar, drums, can't sing. Well, you can hear me talk, and you know, my friends are like, oh, you have that great raspy voice. Listen, there is something wrong with me because I cannot carry a tune. Listen, in elementary school, my teacher signed me up for speech therapy because she thought there was something wrong with me. Because I couldn't sing the way she thought I should sing. So not only did she do that, not only was I in speech in elementary school, but also had surgery on my throat to remove nodules. And listen, I don't sound any different. So, a little backstory is that my mom died when I was 2. She was in a motor vehicle accident. And, not by choice, but I didn't really know not the extended relatives. So when my grandmother passed away, I had all these people, oh my God, you're Judy's kid. I'm her cousin and blah, blah, blah. You sound just like her. And I'm like, really? So basically you're telling me not only was I in speech, but I had surgery just to sound like I'm supposed to sound, but I cannot sing. I can sing in my car, like by myself, but I can't. So the other thing that's funny is I went on a trip with my friends. One actually sang professionally in the Army National Guard. I think it was the Army National Guard. So she was like the lead singer. And then my other friend was really good at karaoke and like she could sing too. So we're at the Grand Canyon in the bathroom and they want me to carry a pitch. Needless to say, we walk out of the bathroom and there are a bunch of moose outside the bathroom. And they said that was because I called them in. Oh my God, that's terrible. Listen, I have a really good friend, Lisa, who sings. She's in a couple of bands, and she loves doing karaoke. But yeah, so that's Cece. Literally, they said I called the moose in. Can you believe? Whatever. Oh, that's terrible, you guys. That's terrible. Okay, so I'm actually going to use the metallic for this outer row here. So it's going to be the dot at the edge. And I didn't change, Judy. I'm still using the large end of the white. Okay. Putting my triangle. Because if I don't do the triangle, it's all wonky. Oh, I need a little more paint. That's the only thing with using the color palette, because it's shallow. I don't always get the right amount of paint. Now, you're going to have to push that pain around because it's a long way to go. I know. You know, listen, if you can't laugh with your friends, you know, just, we walk out of the bathroom and the freaking moose are at the doorway. And we were like singing in the bathroom. While they were singing, I was apparently calling moose. Oh my goodness. So if you don't get an even swoosh, just flip it over and push your paint around. I am. Dude, I am. Like this year, I want to get a bobcat so bad. So bad. Every year I want to get a bobcat, but this year I feel it. I just gotta get out there and do my thing. Yeah, I'm not a quitter. My dad did not raise a quitter. I haven't gotten a turkey in a couple years, Steve. I know you tell me that we have plenty of turkey here, but I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with our flock here. It's not, I mean, we have hens, and I saw some pelts this year, but four pelts and 2 hens. And I trap. I don't know. I literally, I don't know what to do. I don't know what is keeping the flock so suppressed. I mean, this winter sucked, so I don't know if that had something to do with it, but did you guys have a good year over there? I know when I went and did the youth hunt, I heard them. I heard toms everywhere, but I mean, the tom we saw was like 10 acres away. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't understand it. I don't know. I mean, I don't get a lot of predator. I mean, I have a couple of fox on camera, but and maybe a raccoon here and there, but I don't have a lot of. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like I said, we hear them, but they are cute. So I trap, but we don't have a lot of bobcats here. Which I'm glad we don't really have a predator problem here on this property, which is good. I would actually not, like I said, if one was in my trap, that would be like, and I've been trapping here for like 6 years. Normally what happens is we end up with a lot of raccoons. And even then, we don't really have a lot of raccoons. That's why I don't understand what's happening to our turkey population here. Nobody hunts. So let's just put it all in perspective. So nobody hunts. Bobcats? No. They're not endangered. I'm not at all. But we live in the middle of nowhere, and everybody around here has aged. Now, that being said, did they used to hunt here? Absolutely. But we don't have a lot of predators. I guess my biggest concern is we don't have predators. Why don't we have the turkey population we should have? Okay. Yeah, because like I said, I don't understand why we don't see the wildlife we see. We don't have any issues, we got plenty of deer and all of that. Plenty of deer, plenty of everything. As a matter of fact, we have a little bunny in the front yard. I don't know why that bunny decided to lay and have her babies in the front yard where the dog goes. But I found one in the driveway, so I put it back in the nest. So we do our part here. It's weird how the ecosystem, I guess, kind of works. Yeah, okay. All right. Thank you, Steve. Yeah, the only time we ever see a coyote here on the camera is if there's been like a fallen animal. I don't have coyotes either. Now, one year we had a deer, but that was the only time. Every once in a while you'll hear them out far away, but we don't even have that. I don't know. Because I follow a lot of that stuff, and it's really perplexing to me. I would love to see, our population, especially of the turkeys, grow. So I don't know if the winter had something to do with it, but I'll definitely look at your article because I think that's pretty interesting. Yeah, I definitely will. I swear we saw a mountain lion one time, and I know the Game Commission here in Pennsylvania would tell you we're losing our minds, that's not actually true. But we're pretty sure that it had a tail and it was not a deer and all of that. And then not too far from me, somebody that I know, she was driving and she was convinced she saw one pass on the road. No, I don't want to run into one of those in the woods, but what's weird too is, like I said, I lost 2 chickens. I have no idea where they are. And I looked at the trail cam and we have a couple of bear that have been passing through. But I don't know. I guess that's really. What did you smell like? Okay, so some of these did not come out quite the way they should, but that's all right. I always say we're live, and I'm kind of painting in a... There we go. Well, so one thing you don't want to do is go over your swooshes like I just did. Food. That would explain it all. I don't know. We really, I guess, in my head, we don't really have a huge food source. Like our oak trees will drop, but not consistently. It's kind of hard to explain. Okay, so that's enough of that. We'll go back to painting. So I guess Marcia left because of that conversation. Okay, that's fine. Sorry if anybody got offended by that conversation, but that is my life. I am an outdoors person. I fish, I hunt. I've never made a secret out of that. I do trap. So, but I do work on conservation as well. And conservation has everything to do with keeping everything in check. You know, I don't do it because I want to be a mean person, but and like I said, we don't see a lot of bobcats. We don't see a lot of coyotes. Fox will kill my chickens, but I'm not doing anything out of season. I don't do that. I could, but I don't. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do, these did not, Judy, how did your swooshes come out? I'm pulling it. Mine didn't come out very good. Probably because I was using the metallic. You hate the sound of fox? Jane, what is Jane, what does that mean? You hate, the sound that foxes make. Have you ever heard a rabbit scream? That's worse. A rabbit scream is even worse. And mind you, I have, like I said, we found a baby that the eyes were still closed in the driveway, and we had a what do you call it? What do you call where moms lay their babies? A den. And so I looked and I'm like, gosh, let me put it in there. I mean, I'm not sure if she's using it again, but I got lucky. She's using it again, but a squealing bunny that is in distress is creepy. Creepy, creepy, creepy. Okay, so I'm going to use, Judy, you're following along, so I'm not using this one. So it'll be 1, 2, 3. And I don't know where you mixed from. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's very, that scream is weird. And you know what else is weird is, not a screech owl, but it's an owl that literally sounds like a woman screaming in the woods. What is that? Thank you. I appreciate it. What owl is it? Is it the screech owl? No. It literally sounds like a woman screaming. And you know what else sounds like that? Barred. It's a barred owl. Yes. You know what else sounds really weird? A Sika deer. If you're in the woods and you're where Sika deer is, they moan like women. It's so creepy. Thank you. I appreciate that, Squatch. All right, so Judy, we're going to go ahead. And Judy, I don't know if Cece, are you painting along too? I think I'm going to, I don't know if I can, we're going to have to switch sizes because I don't think the white is going to get us down. I'm going to try the large end of the blue. See? Okay, that is something I will have to remember. Cindy. This conversation has quickly left painting. Absolutely. But again, guys, I mean, I paint, but the outdoor lifestyle, and I try not to make it a secret, but I'm an outdoors girl. All right, so I'm going to come all the way to the top and push that paint down. Kind of like what we did here, but we're going to do it in between here. You know, it's the thing for me is that I don't quite know and understand this platform. I feel like this platform silences some and voices others. And that's, I think for me, is the part that I value my profile that I've grown. But I also feel like many of us, like I know Steve, who he does outdoor stuff too. You know, he also, we enjoy it, but we're silenced a little bit sometimes. And the weird thing is him and I have talked about this. It's like I'll get the most inappropriate messages from dudes or, you know, accounts that'll follow me and they're like half naked chicks. And I'm like, how am I getting censored? But that doesn't get, I don't get that. I don't get how certain people are censored and others are not. So hopefully, you know, like I said, I'm sorry that Marcia got upset. But I do hunt, I do trap, not like I could. Oh my, yeah. You know, censorship is real on social media. If you don't say what they want you to say, you know, like in, is it May? Was it May was Mental Health Awareness Month? And I went live daily. And this platform sent 0 people to I mean, I had one person who was there pretty much regularly, but like other than my friends, like it's like why nobody talks about mental health. It shouldn't be, you know, like we shouldn't talk about it. But anyways, that's how TikTok is. All right, so let's see. I really think that one is like so lopsided. Let's see. How do I want to do this? So let me try and find one that's almost dry. One. So 1, 2, and then maybe walking. I don't know. And then we don't want to finish with that. So, all right, let's just do the lavender, Judy. Yeah, no, I appreciate you being here. It's like I said, we just met randomly this morning. I appreciate you being here. So Judy, I'm going to go ahead and use the lavender. And then I'm just trying to figure out how if I want to do hang on. I think I'm going to just do a swoosh close. Try not to, if yours is like mine, everything's still kind of wet because there's not enough time for it to dry. You might run into them blending together, which is kind of a pain in the butt. But you just go slow and just go straight down the edge. And then, like I said, if you have to, take the other side and fix your swoosh. The one thing you don't want to do is go over it again, because if you go over it again with the same size tool, it doesn't look right. I don't know why. There we go. Judy. No, I'm using, yeah. So for the initial tool, I'm using the large end of the blue. And then if you need to fiddle with it, switch it to the small end. Okay, you're welcome. What do we got going on here? Wow, thank you for the taps, everybody. I appreciate that. For as many people as that have been here, I appreciate you guys tapping it out. That's great. Does anybody have any questions? Hi, Lizzie. We are painting a mandala style. I'm heading to the house to play. Okay, your auto tapper. I should really get one of those. Hi, Lizzie. So this is a mandala style dot art painting that we're doing. I use the word teach loosely. I show people who may be interested in dot art how to do mandala style. Well, listen, it is kind of bent. You just got to go with it. When you paint live and you're painting away from your face, sometimes that's what happens. The goal is to have fun. Well, welcome. I'm going to assume this is your first time here. So what we did, Lizzie, is we did the centerpiece on another live. We have a community member who is normally only here on Thursday nights, but unfortunately she lost a dear friend right before the 4th, and his service is tonight. So we told her, originally we told her, because she can only be here Thursdays, that we would finish it up tonight, but she can't be here. So we're finishing it up for her, and then I actually post the entire live so that if anybody wants to paint along that can't be here, we do that. Like the next day, like tomorrow. Thank you for the heart me, Lori. Hello. Hello, Lori. How are you? So yeah, see how this one didn't really... Oh, I got something on my tool. Well, that didn't help. So I do show, and and I don't want to use the word teach, because teaching means like I feel like would be more of a expert, and I am not. I am just somebody who enjoys painting mandala style dot art, and because I enjoy it for my mental health and like decompressing and stuff, I like to share it. I'm a nurse practitioner student as well, so for me, having a little break from school is important. Well, I'm not, there's a way better teachers than me, but I enjoy it. I have my little spot here on the TikTok platform, my little community. Well, yes, thank you. Well, Lori, I'm glad you, because you're here pretty regularly. So, Lizzie, if you have any questions, drop them in the chat. If I miss answering them, somebody may pick it up. If you have any questions you don't want to put in the chat, you can always message me directly. I try to be pretty responsive. Apparently, though, Mason sent me a message and I, for whatever reason, didn't see it. So that's bothering me. But you can message me also here while we're live in that on the left-hand corner, bottom corner, there should be an orange box with a white arrow, and you can message me there as well. So one of the drawbacks to trying to do your swooshes before the last one dries is they might blend together, which is kind of a pain in the butt. I love mandalas. Oh, okay. So you do the little, yeah, diamond art. This is different, right? Because you don't have, one, I think with the diamond art, if I'm not mistaken, like you do like a certain pattern and they tell you like what color to use. This is like you get to kind of do your own thing. So we like custom mix this color palette. And I never really come to a live with any plan. Sometimes we talk about like, oh, we should do this, and oh, that would be cool to do. But not always. Sometimes we kind of just wing it. I don't sell any of my pieces or anything like that. There is a little challenge. I still feel like the diamond art has a level of challenge to it because like you have to finish it. And if depending on the size of the piece, like you could be working on that for some time. Mandalas are similar, but fortunately you can like pick your piece size. You don't have to necessarily do a large piece. Oh, it is still raining. Oh. Well, at least that didn't blend together. So now that I'm getting around here, that lighter color is definitely drying. So that's good. Trying to just come down. There we go. Well, so your little doohickey is definitely activated because I see those heart things going. I keep saying I need to get one of those for like when I go live with like my friends and stuff like that, because man, my finger gets tired tapping. All right. So there is that. Thank you for the follow too, Lizzie. I appreciate that. I want one because I can't pay. Right? I know. And Judy, you know, just to think where you were, like, I remember when I got on this platform, I'm like, what is happening in this live? Not this like where they're painting or something like that, but where there's like all these things going on at the same time, comments and everything. And I'm like, what? There's so much going on. Nice. Nice. That sounds like a great night. So, Lizzie, so one of the things that that we did is we use these white chalk marks as guide marks. So when we're all done, we'll erase those, and then you'll end up being able to see the finished piece way better. Like this is one that is finished. So the guide marks are all erased and I've sealed it. This one we worked on the other night. Over 2 nights, we did something a little different. Instead of the black background, we mixed a custom, well, I did before we went live because I wasn't really sure what was going to work. This is only the second round that I've ever done that the background wasn't black. So it was challenging for me, but fun at the same time. So, but anyways, so you can barely see the guide marks on there. I'm just showing it because like on the black background, you can really see them. So I think tomorrow, so I mean, some of these are really cool. Well, look at that. So this one was really one of our, I mean, Judy, were you here when we did this custom red palette? I don't remember. This was probably one of my favorites. We did a stone as well as a round because that color palette was just so much fun. So this one's a little different because it's got the little diamond mirrors in it. And I put magnets on the back so you can put them on like your fridge or something. Well, I'm glad you found us, Lizzie. This is something similar, just a different color palette. So yeah, I can send you the color palette. It was a little different because it wasn't one where I put, you know, normally I put a lighter color in there to get that ombre effect. This was actually a couple of combinations of a primary red, and then I mixed in like brick colors and stuff. So that's one of my favorites that we've done. Yeah, I didn't think you were here, Judy, when we did that. Okay, so you guys see what I'm saying? How that primary color almost dries translucent, but you can see it. Let's top dot, not top dot, micro dot, okay, in here. And I think I'm actually going to use absolutely. Let me write that down, Judy, because if I don't, I'm not going to remember. Custom red. Okay, yeah, let me do that. So I'm hoping tomorrow I will start working on that deer skull. So my granddaughter, she knows I'm a broke college student, university student, whatever. And I told her, I said, I really can't get you anything right now, is there anything that you really want? So she actually asked for the deer skull that I had done with dot art on it. And she's like, I really just want that. And I'm like, oh my God. Of the red, I can. Let me find it. Hang on a minute. What I had out was my custom palette for tonight. Let's see. Where is it at? That's dry. Here it is. Oddly, it's true red, and one of the colors I mixed in with it was purple iris. Let's see. Let's get it here a little bit more over. There we go. So yeah, true red with purple iris, burnt sienna, heritage brick, and red spice. Did you get it? Thank you for sharing the live, Judy. So yeah, so some of the colors were very similar. I don't think I changed anything though. I just think I went with them, with what came up. Perfect. Okay, good. So again, if you're new here, I do post all of the live unedited through an LINK in my BIO. Not to be mistaken with my BO. Okay. So let's do the small end of the purple of the pink. And I'm going to do this, let's see, so it's 1, 2, it's the third color, Judy. And I'm just going to put it in between. And it's not going to be that noticeable right now because it's falling right on the guide mark. But I want it in between that purple iris. Oops. Oh, gosh. Purple iris. So that when I erase the guide marks, they will be there. Right now you can't really see them because the guide marks are there. Chalk marks, guide marks. That one's a little off. Every once in a while that happens. And remember, if you need To get more paint off your tool, you can tap, tap, tap. This paint is very odd. It's not being very consistent right now. Okay. So that when I erase that, I'll be able to see that. Oh, you have a 1/4 inch at the top? Hi, Lisa. Yes, I love these colors. I'm hoping that when she's able to get on, she'll enjoy finishing it up. Okay, so we could talk about, so some people will top dot that center dot. We could top dot this dot here. If I was going to do that, I would probably do a metallic. And just to show you, I might as well, right? Because these are practice pieces. You want a tool. I think this is probably the right side. Let me try it, okay? Don't do anything, Judy, just yet. Let me see what we end up getting. Hang on. You might need to go up a size. Let's just see. Yeah. So, Judy, if you want a top dot, I have a stupid... That's okay. Judy, that happens. Remember I told you I ordered 4-inch and I got 6? 4 and 6 is a big difference. So this is the medium size clear dotting rod, okay? That's what I'm using, the medium and the metallic. And I'm just doing a top dot over that dot we did earlier. Now, you don't need a Lazy Susan, but sometimes it really is kind of cool to have. I'm not gonna lie. Oh. If your dot doesn't come out right, sometimes you just need to, go back over it and tap it out. Like that. There we go. A little bit of, you could. Yeah, if you have bliss, go ahead. You do whatever you want. I mean, I don't remember where I picked this one up at, but it's wobbly, so I can't really use it for my bigger pieces. But for something like this is nice because, oops. It's nice because, I can just spin it around. Okay. All right, now I want to think about the colors here because I think I'm going to do I want to save the metallic in case I need to go over any swooshes. We did that and that. Right? We did, hang on a minute. I gotta look at these two. I think I'm gonna use this almost all gray color here, Judy. And then what I might end up doing is going over it with the metallic after it dries. No, I changed my mind. I'm going to use the purple iris, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do. Hello, everybody. If you are new here, say hi in the chat. Tell us where you're tuning in from. There are 60 of you, 57, 52. It went from one number to another pretty quick. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat. Still using the large end of the blue, Judy. Okay, so I'm actually going to come out almost actually past where the last one started. But then come real close to it. And again, if you get to the end and you need to, switch your tool to the small end and finish your little tail. Okay, so same thing. I'm coming above, almost to the edge. I gotta hold it down. But coming right up to it now. Pushing that paint. All the way to the end. And again, just switch your tool around. It'll get you there. Okay. All right. Same thing, coming all the way out. Pushing the paint towards I came out a little too far, but so we won't go that far over here, but because I'm going to do walking dots to finish that part off. And I think do I have a purple? I don't know if I even have a purple. What bliss drop are you going to use, Judy? What time is it? 9:37. Thank you for the heart me, Heather. How are you? Are you doing your drive-by? Wasteland. Oh, okay. I have that one. That'll work. So, Judy, have you ever done swooshes with the dimensional paint? Oh. You've been in my fan club for a whole month. That's fantastic. Grout is, so as a Florida resident, like everybody wants tile. I don't know how those guys do that professionally. Like, that is some work. Absolutely work. Thank you for the corgi. Aww. I love using my laptop because now I can see that. You know what's weird, everybody? I didn't get the puzzle piece to do. I don't know why I get the puzzle piece when I get it. Right? That is a lot of work. I'm impressed that you guys have tackled that, and it looks so good too. You have done a phenomenal job, you guys. I hope you know that. Because that is, one, it's hard work, and the design and everything looks fantastic. Yeah, you guys did a fantastic job. My brain is full of craft ideas. Oh, Budding Heart. Oh, I missed that one. Tumblers. So when you say tumblers, Kara, Do you mean like with the alcohol inks and resin? Because I love that. I've done that. That's really fun. I have all of that stuff, if that's what you mean. I do follow somebody, she's live, like she has a store. I don't know what it's called, Desert something, I feel like. Uh-oh. How did Jessica pop in? Hi, Jessica, but how did you get in a room? Jessica, do you know you're in a room? Jessica, do you... I didn't think she meant to pop in the room. I don't know how people are able to do that but without me allowing it. That's hilarious. I had taken that out. So I thought, oh my gosh. Jess, I don't know why. I literally took that off earlier and I don't know how to get rid of it. My friend Heather was supposed to find out for me, but she was laying tile. So, how are you, Jessica? There we go. Oh, I mean, that's fun too. Okay, let me try. I thought I did. See, I don't know how to. Settings. Okay, turn off. Let me see. Hopefully that keeps Jessica from getting stuck in a box. I don't know. I tried. We did a couple. Judy and Cece came in with me last night, so we did that for a little bit last night. And I literally, you guys know, I'm like naive to a lot of this stuff. So I thought I had taken it off, but clearly Jessica found a way to get herself back in there. Okay. Yeah, so what is Desert Gypsy or something like that? I could watch her all day. That's what she does. She's got like the cups that like she sells the kits and you do them, I guess, yourself or whatever. I know she does some stuff live too, but I just can't. I'm not gonna start another craft. Nope, not doing it. Uh-oh, that one didn't come out quite the way I planned. There we go. There we go. That's weird. Okay, well, it should be off. So. Well, good. You made it. You're here. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do. Okay, before I forget. Yeah, so we really, honestly, we didn't do a whole lot, Jessica, but I will put it, Have you been able to access the YT where everything is? If you need me to, let me know and I'll send you the direct thing. But okay, all right, good. So tomorrow sometime morning-ish, I'll have it there. And then you can pop in. There's a little bit of a conversation in there that hopefully you're fine with, but I talked a little bit about my life, what I do, my livelihood and stuff like that. There were some of my friends that popped in from the outdoor world and we chatted. So hopefully you're okay with that. But yeah, it is kind of what it is. Okay. Yeah. And it's not edited, so I'm not going to edit it. It's who I am. I think what I'm going to do is I really need a lighter color. I want to, I might actually just I'm going to take white and mix a little bit of the iris in it. And I just want a lighter color to do walking dots with. Hang on a minute. I got to get the white out. The white out. There we go. So mostly iris purple. So let me just mix that up. So basically what I'm doing, Judy, is what you had suggested. Adding some white to the iris purple. So I gotta mix it up. How was your day, Jessica? I don't know how, it's so hard as someone in healthcare, you when you word things, you don't want to. I'm sure you've had a long day. I'm going to add more of the iris because this actually looks almost like the lavender. So let me add a little bit more of the purple iris. Cool. Good, good, good. I'm glad to see you're actually doing a little extra. Good. So yeah, I'm just making a random color here because I want to do walking dots, but I don't want them to be completely translucent like the purple iris, and I want them a little lighter. We do a lot of custom colors here in this live, custom palettes, because I want you guys to kind of learn that you don't have to just stick with the colors that you see on the shelves. There we go. All right, that's just mixing it up in the center there a little bit. Yeah, good. He was a fire chief. Oh. Well, again, sorry. No worries, Squatch. Appreciate you being here. Just don't add black. No, because that's what I did here, Judy. My mind was thinking it would work. All right. All right, let me get back on frame here. No, I appreciate you hanging out with us tonight, Squatch. I really do. So I'm really just going to do walking dots down the last swoosh. So this large end of the yellow should work. So let me, I don't know why it did that, but let's see. It might be because of the wood grain. So just down like that. Yeah, I mean, I feel like a teacher shows up every day and I don't show up every day. I'm here consistently, but so there you go, Judy. What do you think? Just do walking dots. This is the large end of the yellow. And then, Judy, if you have space, BG, how are you? You are late, but that's okay. You're here. Okay. So, Judy, if you have space around your edge, okay, I don't know how much space do you have? Do you have a 1/4 inch? What do you have? Because if you have more than like this, let me know. I'd say that's a 1/4 inch. So just do a row of dots around the edge. That's always a good way to finish a piece. Yeah, and that's what I would do. I mean, sometimes if you have more space than that, you could, let me look at another piece and see if I have something. Jessica, I say it looks like a carnival. I could not tell you at all what colors these are. Hi, Lita, how are you? But this is what I mean by what you do. Mardi Gras. That's it, Lisa. When you're practicing, I want you to do your thing because you're going to come up with your own designs. You know, I was on a live today and we talked about that. And it's like, first of all, I'm live, right? I don't have anything trademarked or none of this is secret at all. I welcome you to try and copy me because you won't be able to. You're going to get it close, but we all paint so different. Copy me. I don't care. I do not care. My mentor that I learned from, she didn't care. She had all of her stuff posted on, Instagram, well, the other platforms, but not this one. I don't know why she is not on this platform. I think I'm starting to learn why she's not on this platform, but she did not gatekeep one thing. Now, I say that, but I did take classes from her that like she pre-recorded and edited and stuff like that. But so there is nobody's an original. You know, people are like, oh, you got to give that person credit. And I'm like, how do I know that they actually were now if Deserted Bliss, Tara, absolutely. She's getting 100% credit for me using Bliss Drops when I use them. Because she actually made it. But designs and color patterns and, you know, painting on a rock or painting on a pot or painting on a jar. None of you are not the person to figure that out. No. No, unless you trademark it, what is it? Copyright it, trademark it, whatever. You get what I'm saying. It's on the internet. Shoot, people make fake accounts. You know how many... Listen, I don't know why this is an account that follows me, but the Elon Musks of the TT, the Keanu Reeves, like, people make fake accounts, and you're really worried about gatekeeping a pattern or an idea, and you're putting it on social media. I don't think so. I don't think so. So, anyways, that's my spiel about that. So what I see happening here is this drawing, the purple translucent. So what I think I might do is do a very thin swoosh of metallic over that after it dries, obviously. But I wanted to put the walking dots in there to kind of break that space up as well. What do you mean? Oh, yeah, me too. My gosh. And then I can spot, thank you for the heart me, Mary Kay. I can literally spot those accounts that are, so how does it get made and how does it get past the TT? Yet I get a violation for saying a brand of paint. Like, I could go on and on. I don't get it. Literally don't get it. And then the high school drama, like, I don't, like that, don't find me. I am a grown-up. I am not gonna play that game at all. Yes, right? It made it look totally different. Now, again, the only reason I say I'm going to probably go over that is because you really, as it's drying, I can't see it. Now, maybe if I had done a brush stroke, it would be more noticeable. Oh my God. I literally have paint everywhere. I am, Judy, I'm too old. Like upsetting, somebody too with my conversation. I am who I am. I had friends pop in here and we had a conversation and that's who I am. And, I know it's not for everybody and I try to be respectful of that, but I can't. I forget what I got a V for, but it was like something. Yeah, so it's stuff. Well, no, Kara, what happened was I had a couple of friends, you guys know I fish and I hunt. I'm an outdoors person, and I feel like I kind of upset someone because I mentioned like I trap, and I don't do a lot of it, and we don't really have a lot of predators. But somebody, doesn't, it's for my ecosystem. It's not. I don't go out there because like, oh, I gotta be, no, I'm not selling anything. I'm, and we really don't have an issue. But I I mentioned a bobcat, and it just kind of changed the whole tone. But that's who I am. I mean, if you look at my profile, I mean, there's no secret, you know. And I don't know if Carrie, you got here a little late. I lost 2 chicken. I have no idea where they went. I've got bear in the backyard. I've got fox. I've got raccoon. I've got an electric fence, but I lost 2 chicken. Like, I don't know where they went. And I live in the middle of nowhere. So it's not like we have an issue. But what we were talking about is the wild turkey population. Like where I'm at, it's really not flourishing. And my friend was sent me an article. So that's kind of where it kind of evolved from that. It's not for everybody, and I get it. Yeah, I mean, that's just who I am. And I mean, I hate that I made that person upset. It bothers me that I made that person upset, because I'm a kind person. I don't want to do that, but at the same token, I'm not going to hide who I am. Yeah, I mean, I seriously can't sound people. Yeah, I mean, people have been doing it for, I don't even know how long. I mean, does somebody want to throw like years out there? Because that's how everybody fed themselves, Now, I think the problem is like some of the animals are harvested not to necessarily eat. I get that part. But did you guys hear my story about the little bunny? The little bunny in the driveway at the boyfriend's truck? Like, no, the eyes were still closed and everything. So I'm here. I thank God for Google, because I'm like, what do I do with this thing? Because I'm like, do I feed it milk? Like, what am I going to do with this thing? And I'd already picked it up out of the dirt because it was like 100 degrees. And I'm like, it's going to die. It's going to die. So I pick it up. I mean, I'm not kidding. It was tiny. I don't even know what it looked like. It didn't even look like a bunny. But so I picked up some grass because he had just cut the grass, and I put it in a box, and it burrowed, and I'm like, okay, it's a bunny. So I look it up, and it says if you find a rabbit, like a baby rabbit, look within 10 feet of where you found it, and you might be able to find their den. I guess that's what they call them, dens. I don't know. And we had, I don't know why she did this, a rabbit start a den where we put the dog out. It's perfect environment for the rabbit. But I'm like, do you want your bunnies to live? Because the dog will. So anyways, long story short, it's a rabbit. And here I am. I pick it up, I put it in these grass shavings, it's burrowed in there. I'm like, okay, it's a rabbit. I'm looking around for the nest, and I'm like, sure enough, I literally, the rabbit, when I tell you, I don't have anything. The rabbit had taken the grass shavings, and they were like a door over the hole. I lifted, it came up in one piece, and you could see like fur. And I was like, well, I'm going to put it in there. I don't know if she's using it or not, because she's used it before. I don't know if it's the same rabbit. So I put it in there, and then it says just cover it back up. And it was funny because the grass literally was like a door. So, long story short, this morning I was sure because I saw the little bunny pick its head up, the mama. So I was like, okay, so I was right by putting that little fur ball thing in there. But, so that's, you know what I mean? I do that too. Like, you know, I know my dog, they're like all over here right now, but she thinks they're like squeaky toys, I think. Yeah. So what are we going to do on Sunday? I really feel like this needs something right there. But I don't know. Let's see if I don't really think I have any. Scorpion. Oh yeah. So she said she was going to use Wasteland. I don't know. Judy, how did the Wasteland look? Yeah, I just the Wasteland, we haven't really used any of it. So I was thinking I might actually do it on these dots here and here. Okay. All right, let's do it because I really. So I'll put it there and then we'll put it there just to fill that negative space up. I don't know. I have no idea what it's going to look like, but I swear nothing ever looks horrible. Everything always ends up looking pretty. So if you're new here, say hi in the chat. We are finishing up this project we started last week. We do quite a few different things here. Speaking of, that's what I was just getting ready to get to. What should we do on Sunday? What do we want to do on Sunday when we get back? So I'm usually live Sunday through Thursday. Yeah, next week should be fine. I was just thinking, did I tell you? I didn't tell you all this. Rainbow. What color dots would you do around the edge? Probably the purple metallic. That's probably how, if I had to finish the outer edge, I would do either that or, hi Lenny, how are you? You want to do a heart rock? We haven't done a heart rock in a while. You'll watch either way. You want to do a rock? Okay. I have a nice, well, I have this one. That's small. But I have a nice one out back. Good. We can do rainbow. I think I have enough colors for a rainbow. That would be different. That's not something I've ever done, Lisa. I have never done a rainbow. But I'm good with that. So red, orange, Roy G. Biv. So I should have something in that. Yeah, all right, we'll do a rainbow. I can pour a 6-inch rock. There are no rocks around here. Okay. So like, not necessarily like the true color, the bright, but just kind of pastel it down with a little bit of white in each one. We can do that. What is that? How many? Roy G. Yeah. So two. I would have to make two pots because there's only five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So okay, that's fine. Oh, it's great for kids. You know what? If you want, Squatch, send me a message. There's like an orange box with the white arrow at the bottom left-hand corner, and I can send you the supply list. But Judy dropped you. You can find them pretty much anywhere. They're available here on TikTok too. They're just called dotting tools. You can use anything. You can use Q-tips, toothpicks, the tips of paintbrushes, anything that's going to give you a dot. Like you can even use that to make a dot. Yes, that was so fun. But yeah, it's just fun. The larger rods are acrylic rods, but if you look up dotting tools or mandala dotting tools, they're, like Judy said, they're on the Jungle site. But toothpicks, pencils, Q-tips can be a little difficult because they absorb a lot of paint, but they're actually used in nail art. Oh, did they? Oh, okay. Real? Well, are you sure? Are you sure they're the same tools? Because when I thought the same thing too, when I first got mine, because my teacher was like, oh yeah, I'm going to use the small end. And then I felt like the dots I was making was like 15 times the same size as hers. Now you can buy some that actually have the millimeters marked on there, which is available too. But I will say that's why it's extremely difficult to actually copy someone. Oh, okay. So yours are a little different. Okay. Yeah. All right. That makes sense. Because I guess I have a yellow. I say yellow. Is that really orange? Biggest is my blue is the biggest. Yeah, my green. Okay. So they vary. Okay. Oh, that kind of stinks. Okay. Did your sets come with a gauge for the sizes? Oh my God, Jessica. That's fantastic. I mean, I don't have the, obviously the sizes for mine anymore. I just know that the one size is all the same, which is, I feel like 0.2. And then I have no idea, but I guess unless we get exactly the same size tools or the same tools. Yeah. Yep. So see, my pink is the smallest and my green is the biggest. Yeah, that does make sense. Oh, you guys can't actually see that when I don't have my hand under it. Yeah. Okay, so the water levels are really low, so I might actually go to the creek and grab some new stones. Yeah, we haven't done a stone in a while. That'll be fun. We'll do something different, rainbow. And oh, good night, everyone. 0.08 to 3. Oh, that might be right. That sounds right, Sandra. All right, good night, Sandra. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. You got a kit. So yours should have come with measurements. So yeah, all right. So if you are, there's quite a few of you out there. If you're new here, and you want to come back, we'll paint a bigger rock than this. But so Sunday night we're gonna paint on I call them love stones. So we will paint a rainbow style, a rainbow palette love stone. This is quite a large creek stone, but okay, well, good. I hope to see you. You have something with measurements. So we'll paint this, but in a rainbow palette. But just to give you an idea, some of the ones we've done, like we did this with a red palette. This is one we did with a green palette. So different ideas. We did this on a buttermilk background with a green palette. It just depends. This was gray. Just depends on what's happening. 8 p.m. Eastern. So yeah, 5 Pacific. Yep. So yours are 0.15. I have to look and see what mine are. Now I'm so curious. That really makes a difference, right? Oh, mine might be 0.152 and then 3. Yes, so Jessica, I think mine are the same as yours. I mean, that's roughly using the ruler there. Cece, are you going somewhere? Where are you going, Cece? What did I miss? But anyway, so yes, if you follow me, I will be back live Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're usually live till about 10ish. It just kind of depends. We've been finishing a little earlier. Oh no, battery is low. Well, you have been tapping. We appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Judy, 3, 2. That sounds right. Let me write that down real quick. We have different color cards. Okay. Hang on a minute. Send Judy the custom red. Oh, you already got it, Judy, right? So you're good. I'm going to just 3 of 2.5. 2 and 1. Okay. All right. I think we're good. Yeah. Is that what it actually tells you how many taps? That's fantastic. I really appreciate you. Thank you for being here and joining in with us. I'm glad you hung out. Something different, right? Something different. Went from fleshing this morning to painting tonight. All right. Well, you guys have a great night, and yes, it is very relaxing. That's why we do it. But all right, you guys, I will see you Sunday at 8 p.m. If you have any questions in the meantime, shoot me a message. You guys have a great night.